Hello and welcome back to Pillars of Eternity. So, we are pretty much done in Gilded Vale. Well, I mean, we have this temple that we can go into, which we can't do anything with because we're not equipped to do it. Or at least I don't think we're equipped to do it, unless there's some big part I'm missing. It seems to me like basically what we need Eora to be a higher level so we can, so we can get that multiple engagements thing. It was one of his talents. Basically, he can target, three things can attack him, and he can keep them all attacking him. And he can almost function a little bit more as a tank. The current one we've got him is useful, but I think the problem is that even with the extra deflection, we are dying a little bit too quickly. So, we'll come back in a few levels and clear it out. So we have some quests to do. We're not going to go and do the main quest. I believe there's Buried Secrets. We're not going to do that, because that's the one we were just doing. So we've got the Smith's Shipment, which is the eastern road towards Gilded Vale. We've got to go and speak to Mother Ranga at Anslog's Compass. And we've got to go and speak with Merwold. So it was one of these two. Let's go south first. There we go. We'll go for to do Ufra's quest. So I think this is south, right? Let's travel south to Anslog's Compass. So let's go and find that. Where's the south exit? There we go. So this is where we want to head. Go over here, and that'll get us out of here. And fast mode. So I think we want to go to Magram's Fort, and then we want to continue going down from there. So we've got a whole area to explore first. So it's not too bad. Okay. Stash can be accessed by resting, because we're now here. We're going to sneak around, because there's no reason not to sneak around. It allows us to find more things and means that we don't get spotted instantly by wolves. I think we're going to try and stay on the path for just now, and then we'll go off the path once we've moved along a little bit. Okay, so there's like another path off to the left here. Oh, and we've been spotted by something, apparently. I don't know what, but we were spotted by something. Oh. This dude?
Saw you in the flames.
Did you now? What's this say? Oh, it just tells us where things are. Okay. What's this? A statue of Magram, goddess of war and flame. Dozens of names have been scratched into the stone at her feet. Supplicants seeking her blessing. Alright. Durance. Squatting at the base of the statue is an incredibly ugly man with bulging red cheeks, raked by pock scars, and a scraggly beard. He is sweating, as if he has a fever, but his breathing is measured and steady, like a slow push of a blacksmith's bellows. But that comparison feels strange and unwelcome. The next comparison, possibly sparked by his grin, is that of a bear trap. Then, out of nowhere, there's a hint of alchemical flame that fades almost as soon as you identify the smell.
Come to pray at the statue?
Oh, that's pretty epic. The question mark is barely there. As the man makes the statement, the statue takes on a reddish cast, as if one is holding a torch to it, then slowly blossoms into waving flames. The man doesn't turn as the statue blossoms into fire.
The others are welcome, but it's best if just you and I trade words, and your shadows stay quiet. Hands off their weapons, both arcane and steel. It's only you I want to trade words with anyway.
Okay.
I swear before the whore that is Margaret, no harm will come to you in her shadow, if that's enough of a promise for you. If not...
A staff rests easily in his hand. It wasn't there a moment ago. Okay, so, if we were a Magrum follower, we would be able to do some stuff here, but because we're not... So, you'll swear that no harm will come to us. Okay. Well, let's study him a second. The sudden weaving flames from the statue of Magrum cast more light on his features. The man's robes are dirty, stained with grease and other marks of the road. The hem of his robes, including the sleeves, are burned at the edges, as if he walked a great distance across the fire, then reached out into the flames with his hands to pull something out. But while his hands are thick and calloused, they bear no burn or scorch marks. Let's examine the statue. The weaving firelight from the statue gives off no heat, So much so, you wonder if it's some trick of the mind. The ugly man before you doesn't seem to notice it or feel it, although the sheen of his brow is still present, as if he's burning up from within. So he's experiencing the heat, like, physically, but he doesn't seem to notice it at all, and it's not actually warm to us. Kinda weird. Let's have a look at his staff. The staff looks thick, stout, of blackened ash, once burned by a terrible fire. Beneath the ash, the lines of the wood bears shapes and patterns. There is a certainty the staff was something far more dangerous, but not now. As you study it deeper, it shimmers slightly in your eyes, like water catching the light weaving across the statue. Whatever power was bled from the staff, it doesn't make it, or the wielder, any less dangerous. You look up to see the man watching you studying the staff. As his gaze meets yours, he nods with a humorless smile. Okay. So, I didn't catch your name, or why you want to speak for me.
I didn't give it. You probably find names as useless as I do. The names that litter this world like debris are hard enough to wrap around the tongue. And what do they matter? It's what's beneath the skin and the letters I care about. What burns within. It's more important to me you're a watcher than whatever culture or accent decorates your letters like awkward crowns. Take pride in your actions, not where you hail from, or how your name rolls off whatever liar's tongue coats it now.
Okay. So, he knows we're a watcher. So what did he say second? Take pride in your actions, not where you hail from, or how your name rolls off whatever liar's tongue it coats now. Okay, so is he saying that we're a liar, that are something like... I don't know, I'm trying to figure out what he's trying to do. Okay. We'll see what he wants.
If you need a title to hang on me to match your own, Watcher, then call me Durance. And as you observe souls, I test them.
Okay. I think generally, what do you mean seems like the best option. Durance shakes his head, his hands curl slightly on his staff. I can see the questions bubbling up. Let's burn them away one by one.
I am a missionary. I walk this diseased nation with its heathen, its people so careless with the spirits of others and their own, watchers among them. Yes, I know you for what you are, and your name doesn't interest me. Names are for honest folk, and you are a crack that shines light from another place.
Names are for honest. Why does he think we're not honest?
We're meant to travel together, you and I. Saw you in the flames. Not your face, but that soul of yours. All tightened up, like a huntsman's knot.
You saw my soul in the flames?
There's things we can teach each other, if you're in need of answers to your mantle of questions. I don't force my words on anyone other than you. I don't care who walks with you or what their muling problems and politics are. There's enough howling in the world without me stoking that fire. I won't take from your provisions, don't need much on the road. I can carry my weight, which is considerable.
Mm-hmm.
Many will stand against you. They probably already have, from what I can see. Left their marks, it seems. Like a trail, worming its way behind you.
What kind of mark?
Disease? Spirit wind? Both could have touched you, yet here you stand.
He's very observant.
As for disease, not all of us were close to water when the pox hit, but it's no longer a passenger in my flesh. It left its marks as well. But like flames, the pox doesn't strike twice, nor is it catching.
Well, company would be welcome on the road.
Then let us walk together, Watcher.
Okay, so we've met Durance. Who is Durance? Before we go into talking with him, let's level him up and find out a little bit more that way. So Durance is a priest. Okay, so we could go lore again. Lore seems to be like a big thing for activating scrolls. He already has athletics at 1, which is really all you need. I think we need to get 1 survival at very least. That gives him the damage reduction. Then I guess we want to go lore. Yeah, I guess we just want to go lore. Okay, so this one is talents. So what talents does he have for his class? Brilliant Radiance. Enemies take burn damage from the priest. Holy Radiance. Vessels take increased burn damage. Modifies Holy Radiance so that it does burn damage. And he gets it 1 on this what Holy Radiance is. Once per encounter, in an area of effect, friendly targets from the caster gain endurance. Okay. And the foes burn over time. Okay, so it makes... So what it usually does is it heals. But now what it would do is it would burn. Okay. Interesting. Interdiction. Condemns the priest's foes, dazing any enemies in the area of effect. So once per encounter, I can like daze a whole bunch of people. Not that useful. Inspired Flame. The faithful of Maggrain gain an accuracy bonus with sword and arquebus and can cast a special version of Burst of the Summer Flame. So it grants Inspired Flame, which gives plus 10 accuracy with the sword or the arquebus. I don't know. And also grants once per rest the Burst of the Summer Flame, which is a area of effect that does burn damage. Okay. Aggrandizing Radiance. Everyone receives less healing from the priest's Holy Radiance, but the priest gains a bonus to all attributes and movement. Okay, so Holy Radiance would really lowers the healing it does, but gives a huge bonus to the priest. I don't think that's something we want to take right now, as I don't know how often we're going to use Holy Radiance. I don't know what it is, so we'll see. Or Inspiring Radiance. I assume these are all like one or the other, or maybe they can stack. They can probably stack actually. It doesn't seem like they're actually exclusive. Allies get an accuracy bonus from the priest's Holy Radiance. Now this is cool because this... Okay, so it looks like Holy Radiance burns anyway, even without Brilliant Radiance. I guess it just means that they take more burn damage. Because it says here, like, they would burn. Okay. So this gives them more chance to hit and more chance to crit, therefore. I don't think I want to take any of these. These don't sound very good. Like, right now. Defensive, maybe? If he's our healer, maybe we want to take something like that is defensive and you can sit back. What we got here? Damage reduction against freeze. I'm just seeing what we got. Some of the spirit. Okay, so this is just kind of general like things. This is moves quicker and gets a defense bonus when disengaging. It looks like he's melee, so we probably don't need that. Secrets of Rim. Nope. Reduces recovery time when switching weapons. Don't think we're going to need that. Wound Binding allows healing of a moderate amount of health on the user. Once per rest can heal a lot of health. Okay. Field Triage allows healing of a small amount of health on an ally. Alright. No. Graceful Retreat gains a lot of defense when disengaging. Maybe. Increases will defense. Could be good. Bear's Fortitude increases fortitude defense. Snake's Reflexes increases reflex defense. I think I know where this is going. Let's find okay, cool. And then hold the line. Oh, this increases engagement limit. We should remember that for Edier. That would be really useful because that means he could get like up to 4 people engaged with him at the same time, which would be very useful for a tank. I suppose we could give him like two-handed style or something, just make him better with melee weapons, but he's probably going to be casting a lot of the time. I don't know, he doesn't have a lot that I want to take. Maybe we'll just give him a defense, like reflex. Physically out of AoE effects. What's Fortitude? Fortitude is poison effects. Okay. And Bull's Will is spell effects. Maybe we'll do spell effects. Okay. Next level. Lore. Do we want to put more into survival? I mean, we could. Yeah, we might as well put some into survival as well. And that's all. Oh, and then he got a whole bunch of spells that level. Because he's now level 3. I guess priests just get spells at level 3. Or like get a whole bunch. Okay. So if we have a look at him here, yeah, he just has a ton of spells that he can use. What's Holy Radiance? Okay. It doesn't say how much it heals for. 16 endurance, but what's this? A base 15 plus 5 every 3 levels after 1. Okay. So yeah, it's buffed slightly by his I think intelligence or something like that. Intellect probably, and then every 5 it goes up by 5. So that it's relatively good, but not. I don't think it's going to be scaled that well. I don't know though. Okay, and then I guess we'll see if this formation works out. This isn't great as a formation anymore. I don't know. This is probably the best one, actually. Let's see what this looks like. Is this just a straight line? That's not really what I'm after. I kind of want the one that is showing there. So we want Edier there, we want us here, we want Aloth there, and we want Durance there. That seems kind of like what we're going for, except that I would move around the back most times. Yeah, we'll go for that formation for walking, though. So if we check it out, there we go. That works. So Edier is the first in combat, and then the rest kind of come afterwards. Cool. Let's speak to Durance. Because we got some more to talk to him about. Also, he has 2 weapons. I didn't notice. He has his rod, which is 2-handed, and he has his quarterstaff. Okay, which has increased reach and burning lash. Okay, so it does burn damage when it hits. That's cool. Definitely interesting. Let's speak to him. Where is speak? There. Thought I felt your eyes on me. Now come the words. I had some questions I want to ask you.
If doubts and curiosity plague you, you're skinning your knuckles on the wrong door.
Why were we supposed to meet? The why of it is why you're a watcher. A watcher runs 2 roads of why. For me, it is more a matter of what. There was a time when I wouldn't have spared a thought for your words, or even bothered with you. But now, seeking out the watchers is what I do. To put the truth in them. To see which of the 2 ways they bend. He smiles slightly, taunting. What 2 ways are those? Either you're a dry land in need of harvest burning, he frowns for a moment, his eyes flat, or you're lost in the darkness. Either way, you can tell differently from you can see differently from others. He gives a half smile, his tone becoming accusing. I can tell by the way you noticed the staff first off. Not many can see it at first, nor the etchings, nor the flames, but your eyes. He stares at you almost eagerly, nodding. Your eyes traced a path that I could see. So what are you? A dry field or lost in darkness? Durance's face tenses. The day we don't trade that question back and forth is the day our paths no longer need to be joined, and the trial. Durance's hand clenches his staff. The trial is done. You're putting me on trial then? You know this nation is diseased. Don't need to be a watcher to see it in the children, the politics, the men that stalk the roads with the knives in hands and murder in their eyes. This land needs life again. New seeds planted in this burned soil. His voice drops, mocking, his eyes narrow. And something tells me you can see the path to making that future happen, Watcher. Your kind always does. So then, we need to make sure you see truly now. This nation, this people, don't need any more lies blinding them. Nor do I. You test the truth. You don't blindly accept it. And how do you plan to test me? Sharing the road, of course. One truth to match another. Matching each other's pace. Keeping rhythm. Other priests can keep their teachings and writings. For my faith, my teaching, sharing the road is simple, hard truth. His smile widens, his hands tap against his waist once, then twice. When you knock one truth against the leg of another, why, both legs stand firm. But now, if you strike a lie at the knee with the same force, his smile dies and his eyes narrow. Why you make a cripple with one leg to stand on? Is that why you carry the staff? Is that why I... Durance is about to launch into another volley of words, blinks, and then he rolls his head back and laughs deeply. Laughter coming until he sees until it seems the air will run out of his lungs, until it seems forced. Perhaps your words are worth listening to, Watcher. He frowns, any trace of humor gone. But the truth will win out. Keep pace, and we'll see. I want to ask you something else.
The cost of troubling me seems to worry you little.
I can't do that voice. Sorry. I want to ask about the region and its history. Durance grunts. You tell me about the hollowborn.
That's a curse that runs deeper. It's a god hammer of a different sort. And like the god hammer, it was made by men's hands.
All things have a price, left unchecked, faceless. Virtues. It leaves a mark on the souls. Until souls don't have the strength to enter bodies that are pure. Animancers, ciphers, all who play games with their fabric of souls are to blame for the barren field they leave behind. Durance glares at you. Even watchers can do the same. Some simply watch, others try to weave souls, guide them as surely as Wadewind across the Evon Dwyer. He turns away. That is why I correct the hollowborn when I find them, the ones whose hands have led to the seed being spilled on the ground. Correct them?
There are fewer souls. There are more vessels. It is simply equaling of the process.
And that doesn't bother you?
I feel more remorse in putting down a slathering hound, a wict, less than a mongrel in its misery. Murder is a kindness, not a crime. Always has been. I would sooner put the blade to those who are to blame instead. If any spirits should be punished, it's theirs.
And who's to blame? The fields of the Dyrwood are filled with weakness, ripe for those who play with the souls, minds. His face wrinkles in a frown. Animancers and their kind, watchers too. They bear more of the burden than their victims, and more of the punishment. Every year has seen a new crime, the Saints' War, the Hollowborn, and the Salvation. Well, there's no proof that watchers are to blame for those events. There are few who can shape a soul in such fashion. Durance stares at you. And any watcher, any true watcher born in Dyrwood, would be able to see the crime even if they do not cause it. Silence itself is damning. Why don't you end me then?
Murder you? I would not grant you any of them. The mercy I grant the hollowborn. You would not be deserving of it.
You'd equate murder with mercy?
Murder is an old word. Mercy is letting a soul fly free to the next body. True punishment? Ruining someone to their soul. Crack their spirit like you would crack their skulls with a staff. Beat them. Hurt them in mind and body. So their souls become shards. But you leave it inside the vessel, like a bag of glass, to either choke on it or pass it through their bloody stool.
Okay.
Then, leave it in the body to think on it, like planting a new field with the right seed.
That sounds like you've committed it to memory.
Many marks may I make upon your flesh, but flame leaves marks that cannot heal. Magran doctrine dictates true punishment is one that remains in memory, in the soul, in the flesh. Even should the victims die, slowly or swift, sometimes by their own hand afterwards, the lesson lingers, burned in their flesh.
That seems harsh.
Have you seen a man branded by flame? He remembers it always, in every waking movement. It is a lesson writ in the only ink and vellum that matters, blood and flesh. One can burn the soul as well. It is an art, and I do not take pleasure in it, but there is more at stake here than forgiveness. Many of Aethys' faith were punished in the purges following the Saints' War. And the ones that harmed children, they suffered worse.
What do you mean?
We did what must be done. Wherever they were rooted out, their souls reclaimed. And if they couldn't be reclaimed, we ensured they would never inhabit another body.
Okay. I want to ask you about the region and its history. But also, if they couldn't be reclaimed, we ensured they would never inhabit another body. So, is this perhaps why there's a hollowborn problem? Because is the hollowborns being born without a soul, right? And if they're, and he was saying like there's only a certain number of souls and not enough vessels. Like there's too many vessels, not enough souls. And if he's destroying souls with his group, then would that not mean that there are even less souls to go in the vessels, so then there are more hollowborn? I could be wrong about that. Anyway, I wanted to ask you about the region and its history. Do you think there's any ties between the hollowborn and the god hammer?
Eothas was the god of rebirth, and his light does not fall on the Dyrwood. I've heard some claim it's his doing, his death. It's closed the halls to new souls. I doubt it. The hollowborn have their roots in the acts of men, women. I feel it.
Okay, let's ask you something else about the region. Keep troubling me and I may extend the tithe bowl for each question. Enough questions for now. Let the road keep us until the next campfire. Oh.
Hey.
Well, at least he stopped me. Just
quick and quiet.
Stop talking to me. I want to answer questions all day. Well, we'll head down to our objective still. We're just going to keep heading south, I think. We'll explore this area a little bit more later. We'll probably go south, finish our quest that we have south, and then head back. And then once we've finished the quest, we'll come back to this area. Oh, the deer can see us? Oh, and it ran away. Okay, that's fine. Let's head to Anslog's Compass. Okay, we are in Anslog's Compass. Who have we got here? We got Tilly and we got Indrang. Two villagers stand one by one of the tide pools. They are breathing harshly, clearly winded, and look up nervously as you
Hail
approach.
and well met.
If you're here to fish, as we were, stranger, you want to avoid the compass proper. Ruin points towards the southeast. Her companion shakes his head. A lot of ships wind up spread across the rock. Oh, a lot of ships wind up spread across the rocks here, so we didn't think much of the wreckage until we heard something. A terrible noise. I thought maybe it was a survivor, but he wasn't alive, moving, but not truly alive. It was awful. What do you mean? What did you see? Corpses. Walking corpses. We don't want any part of it. Whatever the cause. Might be we find something in these tide pools, but then we're headed straight home. So what are you two doing out here? Fishing, of course. Except I lost my fishing rod when I flung at the head of one of those monsters. We're looking at the tide pools over and we thought we'd try our luck down by the rocks. Got a fright of our lives. We'll have to make do with the nets here, or go hungry. You said there are a lot of shipwrecks here? The woman nods. All the time. It's a lovely place, but dangerous as anything to sail. Good fishing most days. She wipes her brow. I think we'll look further up the coast next time. Okay. Well, we'll leave you to it. Good tidings to... Wait, do you hear that? Hear what? Oh. Oh, there's Durance. Go get him. Durance, I think we're just going to go and tell him to hit things just now. A Loth, we'll move to the side until we know where everything is, and we will head straight in. Oh wow, our two friends are not looking good. Okay, so we'll aim to hit them all like that, and we'll go around the side if we can. Yep, combat started. Okay, that's fine. Yeah, right round the back and start hitting them. Perfect. Loth, Grimoire Slam. Definitely where you want to do here. You want to make sure that they don't go near you. You missed. Okay, great. So you're hitting, right? No, Durance. I just want you to hit the one that you're on. I need to stop using the bounding box to select people. Okay, we get the syrup. Edier, can you knock over the one who's next to you? Can you try again? Okay. Doing alright. No real problems. We now go get the last one. Cool, we did it. Ugh, sorry about that, Edrang. We weren't able to get your friend out. Gods, what a mess. Thanks for your help, stranger. Okay. Doesn't look like I dropped anything worthwhile. We'll just put it in our stash. So they told us to avoid the southeast.
Nothing will slip past me.
Oh, and we got this as well.
Alright then.
Let's try and avoid the southeast then. Just for just now. We'll head down. Might be that we need to go back there later, but I think it's worth being a little bit stealthy. Okay, what's this? Zurup. So let's head back down here. Get us our party all set up. And then I'm kind of waiting to see whether they're going to come at us. There we go. We want to wait. Want to wait for them. Edier. I want you to go straight in at the champion and hit him. We want to go blind.
Hey.
You could really do it with like a second tank, because it's kind of me and Edier who's going up here. Durance, will get you to hit the champion as well.
How may I help?
Then Aloth, once we got you sorted, we'll over the top.
That's it.
Perfect. Oh, we already got death? That's perfect. Now we can head around the back and start hitting this champion. Aloth, here you go, Grimoire slam this one. Because we really don't want him near, flanking. And back off. Then we can get you to do your hit over the top. Alright, we got an extra one down. Attack this one.
Just say the word.
This isn't going too badly. Can you knock him over, Edier? There we go. See if this works. Yeah, knocked over. Nice, easy, perfect hits.
Hey.
Right, we got them all. Cool. Now, do we know what these guys are weak to? Because we've fought them a few times now, the Zurups. Zurup. So Zurups themselves, they defeat 10. So we know that they've got high perception, low might. Okay. So they're kind of built very similarly to us. They're weak to... they have an extra resistance against freeze. Okay. Zurups are reptilian humanoids about the size of Orlons. They adorn themselves with the bones of the fallen enemies, mostly Zurups from rival tribes. They also have an affinity for large feathers, which they hang and pin to their attire. Zurup skin tones can vary from light green to rustic brown. Their elongated snouts, which make speech impossible, and their overly aggressive behaviour have hindered them from communicating with more civilized races of the world. Live in secluded tribal territories and are known for ruthlessly attacking anyone foolish enough to cross their path. Zurups revere dragons as deities and build their communities around layers of those powerful creatures. It is not uncommon for a small tribe to wander nomadically until it's found a drake or dragon to worship. Once a tribe dedicates itself to a dragon, they will defend it at all costs. Elaborate rituals in which the dragon consumes Zurup sacrifices are a normal practice. As the dragon grows in age and size, these sacrifices become large religious events that cost the lives of several hundreds of Zurups. The power and prestige of a Zurup tribe directly correlates to the age of its dragon. Most powerful tribes have existed for hundreds, if not thousands of years. Warriors and shamans of these large tribes typically paint their bodies to represent the draconic gods. Okay. And we know not a lot about Zurup champions. We know the same kind of stuff. Okay, except they have a lot more might. So they're more of a warrior.
Hey.
I see. So we kind of got... the normal ones are kind of like rogues and the rest are kind of like warriors. Let's go forward here, see if there's anything down southwest, which is not where we were told to go, but it is a different place. Oh, and we've reached the water. Let's hug this wall for just now. Oh, a person. Ranga. Oh, that's who we're looking for. And Zurup. Hello. You find yourself facing a towering Amua woman. Her skin is the warm gold brown of a dying sunset with pale fish white patches at the throat and hands. Wavy red-brown hair pulled into tight braids around the stripe of bear skin that follows the curve of her skull flows down over her broad
Hail
shoulders.
and well met.
She regards you calmly, evidently surprised to find you here at the edge of her camp by the water. Have you come for medicines and craftworks or to share the fire? She gestures to a large cauldron nearby. What's that Zurup doing here? I think that's the most pressing question. Who? Tanner? He helps me gather ingredients, work the cauldron, things like that. He's been quite a help around here. The Zurp lets out a rattling chirp and bars its teeth in what you guess was intended to be a cheerful expression. Who are you? My name is Ragna. I lived in Gilded Vale a time, working as a healer and a midwife. Perhaps you've been to that place. You'll understand then why I might choose to come south. In any case, it's far more comfortable for me here by the shore, where I can hear the water, and get visitors from time to time. Perhaps you're in need of something. Offer sent me here. She says you know some way to ensure the child is not hollowborn? More of Lord Rederick's frightened flock. She nods slowly. You're kind to come this way. Poor Offer must be beside herself. I imagine she gave you something for payment. Whatever it is, you keep it. I don't need coin. I need you to do something for me instead. Ranga points inland. There's a Zurp tribe, to the northeast, led by one of their priests. Tanner was exiled from there some time ago, and their scouts still lurk about this place, waiting for an opportunity to end his life. The Zurp lets out a rattling squawk, head drooping. One day, I will have to go for supplies, and will come back to find my assistant slain. How will I help anyone then? She shakes her head. You rid me of this nuisance. I'll do what I can for Afra, and throw in something for you too. Okay, I'll come back when it's done. Good, good. You'll find him easily enough, I think. She smiles, baring her sharp teeth. Good luck. Oh, okay. Well, we will do that next time. Thanks for watching. See you then.